Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. I'm sorry I've been AWOL for a little bit. Things have been nuts here at Del Rey Watch, but time for another video. Once again, I'm answering some of your questions, such as GP or JLC, and what is the biggest change I'd like to see in the watch industry? Oh boy, is that a doozy. All that and more in today's episode. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my H. Moser Pioneer, green dial on an orange Moser strap, the perfect summer watch in my opinion. And also guys, don't forget to check out delreywatch.com. We just got in some very cool watches, including a Cartier Santos medium size. This is the new model. Box and papers, fantastic price. A GP Laureato white dial, also the cheapest one on earth. And a beautiful and hard to find JLC Reverso red dial. My personal favorite Reverso tribute model. All that and more on delreywatch.com, the best place for a watch geek to buy a watch. Anyway guys, these are the questions you ask me on my Instagram account at Federico Talks Watches. A few times a month you'll see a Q&A picture pop up. When you see it, feel free to ask your questions. When the picture disappears, it means I got enough questions. Please do not DM me or email me your questions. I simply don't check my DMs and my email is swamped as it is. It's for business purposes only. All right, guys, well, in no particular order. Rob Evangelisti asks, JLC Master Calendar or a GP calendar? I can't decide. Love the channel. Thanks, Robert. You know, I'm a big GP fan. Everybody knows that. I own 2 Laureatos. But in this instance, I would go with a JLC Master Calendar. In my opinion, JLC is the master, as their name suggests, of the calendar complications. Fantastic triple calendars, fantastic moon phases, fantastic perpetual calendars. Brands like AP and Patek have used JLC calendars. I think the JLC Master Calendar is absolutely the perfect triple calendar complication watch you can get today. Rob Churko. Hey Fed, great content. Would you put JLC, another JLC question, would you put JLC in the same category as Patek, AP, and Vacheron? How does the JLC Master Control compare with other brands in the same category? Rob, this is a fantastic question. I would like to put them in the same category, but they just don't fall there. Now, while JLC is the master of watchmaking and the watchmaker's watchmaker, and Patek, AP, and Vacheron have all used JLC movements, they just offer a slightly different product. It's not worse horologically, but it's less expensive and there's less finishing that goes in it. So while the movements, while the movements technically may just be as good design-wise, they're just not finished to the same extent. The same, case materials aren't used. They use a lot more stainless steel. They don't do a lot of hand finishing. Now, all this is not bad. JLC is in a totally different price point. But that's what differentiates AP, Vacheron, and Patek from JLC. They're on a higher level because there's more handwork that goes into it, generally speaking. Is JLC capable of doing all this? Absolutely. But they're playing at a different price point. Russ the Human, what's the single biggest change you'd like to see in the watch business? Boy, what a question. There's 2 things I'd like to see. So technically I'm not answering your question correctly because there's not one, there's 2 things. The first thing is more openness. Where do the movements come from? What are they based off of? Everybody's calling them in-house. What is the definition of in-house? Is it in-house because you built it all in your factory? Is it in-house because you bought the rights to a movement and you can only use it? Is it in-house because you've actually designed the movement? No one has specified this, and everybody has different answers. A lot of IWC's in-house movements, they're actually made in the IWC factory. But they're based on 2892 or 7750 designs. Same thing with Hublot. We've had the Bremont snafu where they called the movement in-house, and it wasn't in-house at all. They just bought a movement and bought the rights to it, and only they could use it, and they quickly backtracked on that. I would like there to be more concrete definitions and more openness on where things come from. Why are you hiding this information from me? I'm a consumer spending thousands of dollars. I have the right to this information, and watch brands are being sneaky because they know they can't add necessarily a lot of value to everything they're selling. That's the first thing. The second thing I'd like to change is distribution, how authorized dealers are dealt with. There's a lot of fantastic authorized dealers. Vempe, fantastic authorized dealer. Used to work for them. Carrot and Carrot in New York, fantastic authorized dealers. London Jewelers, fantastic authorized dealer. But there's an equal amount of authorized dealers that are awful, that don't give a shit about you, that treat you like garbage, and least importantly, can't answer any of your watch questions. Brands should spend more time training the staff at authorized dealers and closing down the authorized dealers that do not represent their brands correctly. But of course, they'll never do that because the more authorized dealers they have, the more orders they get. Because remember, you, as the consumer, you're not the brand's customer. The authorized dealer is the brand's customer. You're the authorized dealer's customer. The brand gets money because the authorized dealer buys watches to sell to you. That is a problem. There's too many garbage, untrained, subpar authorized dealers across the United States, and that needs to change. So either close them or train them, but you better do something, because in the age of the internet, well, let's just say you can't have your cake and eat it too. Redondo Dom. Hey Fed, looking good. What is the first watch you fell in love with? This is an easy answer. I've talked about it before. White gold Breguet Classique with an enamel dial. Absolutely love it. Simple, romantic, ton of history, and oh, so sexy looking. I love this watch. I haven't owned it yet. I don't know why, but I will. Last but not least, RGD 1977. What do you think of AR coating on the outside of watch crystals? Personally, I think it's a stupid idea. It looks great, but it scratches pretty easily. Yes, it's a stupid idea. Breitling, take note, along with a lot of other companies. AR coating is anti-reflective coating, which you can put on crystals to make them look more see-through. And that is a great thing. Some companies put it on the other underside of the crystal. Some companies put it on the top. Some don't use it at all. And some put it on both. Well, guess what? When you put the anti-reflective coating on the top of the crystal and you scratch your watch, you might not be scratching the sapphire, but you can scratch the anti-reflective coating, and it looks like your crystal is permanently streaky. Watch brands, I know it looks great when your crystal is totally see-through in the showcase, but it's totally impractical to put AR coating on the outside of crystals. Stop doing it. Whew, angry day today. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really does help. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.